Long have we awaited. Deathmatch is finally here in Valorant. Now you can practice shooting against real players piloting actual agent models instead of those unrealistic, lifeless bots in practice range. No offense, bots, I still love you. But is Deathmatch really a panacea? Will it really turn you into an aim god, and will your rank really increase as a result? For most people, the answer is unfortunately no. Think of it this way. Let's say you wanted to improve your shooting in basketball, and so you practice only shooting for 2 hours every single day. But the catch is, you practice with bad form the entire time. Now what's going to happen? Well, you're not going to get better despite the tens and hundreds of hours you're putting in. As a matter of fact, you might be getting worse. So practice doesn't make perfect, practice makes permanent. This can be applied to Valorant's Deathmatch too. You want to use Deathmatch as a catalyst for improvement, not as a time sink. So stop wasting your time. In this video, I'm going to go through 3 ways to get the most out of Deathmatch. Number 1, do not use the UAV. Every 5 seconds, the UAV will show you the general location of every player in the game on your radar. Do not look at your radar. It is literally noob bait. If your attention is focused on the radar for half the game, then you're not really putting your 100% into practicing what matters the most, your aim. You're going to be distracted, and as a result, the quality of your deathmatch is going to be lower. Besides, just because your radar says no one is around doesn't mean no one can spawn right around the corner. You know, I actually get called out for using the radar quite a lot. And the funny part is, I don't ever look at the radar. If I spawn and I hear you stomping like a horde of elephants around a corner, you bet I'm going to post up with my crosshair at head level and wait for your loud ass to swing right into my crosshair. No, I'm not camping. Right after I spawn and kill you, I'm on the move again, hunting for more frags. And if I swing a corner and one-tap you, it's not because I'm looking at the radar. I literally just pre-aim at common spots at head level, and your head just happens to be there. So next time you play a deathmatch, try this. Do not look at your radar. Pre-aim at common angles and use sound cues to locate where people are. Those sound cues could be footsteps, gunfire, or the spawn sound. Yes, there is indeed a sound where and when someone spawns. Number 2. Use Deathmatch to practice your crosshair placement. We all know crosshair placement is important, but how often do you deliberately practice it? If you look at your VODs, you'll probably come to the realization that your crosshair placement isn't perfect. Trust me, if it was, you would be radiant by now. In a low time to kill tactical shooter like Valorant, every millisecond matters in a gunfight. And most of the time, the player who needs to move their mouse less to hit a headshot will be the winner in a gunfight. So when you're in a deathmatch, don't focus on hitting the sickest flick of your life. Practice keeping your crosshair at head level where other players could be. Your goal is to either have others run into your crosshair or for your crosshair to be on their head whenever you peek a corner. So when you're in a deathmatch game, constantly think to yourself, crosshair placement, crosshair placement, crosshair placement. Aim as if there is someone posted for you at every corner you turn. Eventually, it'll become a habit and hitting heads will be something you won't even need to think about. If you can master crosshair placement, you'll find yourself winning a lot more gunfights, both in deathmatch and later in your ranked games. Number 3. Use deathmatch to practice peeking. While it's fun to hold W key and wide swing every corner in deathmatch, that muscle memory you gain won't really help you in your ranked games, since wide peeking into an open area is generally a bad idea. There are so many ways you can peek a corner. You can jiggle peek, wide peek, close peek, slow peek, crouch peek, and much more. Deathmatch is a perfect opportunity to practice each one. The best of all, because everyone is running around, you can basically guess where other players are and then choose a way to peek based on the sound cues. Something I like doing is to run and stomp around and make a lot of noise. Then, if I have a feeling that a player is holding the angle I'm about to peek, I'll pause for a second and then jiggle peek the corner. It works a lot of the time because they're probably expecting a wide swing since you were running at full speed just a second ago. Experiment with the types of peeks you want to practice. Maybe you want to practice your wide peeks. Alright, so every time you approach a corner, place your crosshair so that it be where you want it after you swing out, and peek. Or maybe you realize that your first bullet always goes wild every single time you peek, meaning you may want to put more focus on counter strafing properly. In the end, it's all about identifying what you need to work on and deliberately practicing it. Once you combine your crisp peaks with your solid crosshair placement, both skills which you've deliberately practiced and honed in Deathmatch, you will be an absolute unit in your ranked games. So I challenge you to hop into a few Deathmatch games. Don't look at the radar, instead use sound cues to find people. Focus on your crosshair placement. Have your crosshair glued at head level to where other players could be or peek you from. And practice all sorts of peeks. You do not need to wide swing every corner. If you like this video, be sure to drop a like and hit that subscribe button. And I'm curious, what other ways do you guys use Deathmatch? Do you use Deathmatch to practice any other skills? Let me know in the comment section below. Alright, have a good one guys. I'll see you guys next week.